We're in between a spiritual warfare that's been going on for a long time, but people are finally starting to realize it. The Doechii hate that we're seeing is pretty much on brand for the world, especially the era of America that we're in right now. If you look at the politics, if you look at the policy, you'll see why Doechii is receiving a lot of hate. She's queer, she's black, she's intelligent, and that's the reason why they call her music and Kendrick's music slave music. There has been a problem in this country for a very long time that we have never solved, but it's starting to show itself because I think that American culture is having a hard time defining itself because American culture has always been racism. What you're seeing a lot of people now think being country is or being American is racism. People don't even know what conservative means anymore because America always tried to make it seem like being a Republican or being conservative was American when really the root of that is racism. That's the reason why. That's the one thing that is prevalent more so than anything else right now. So what we're seeing with the Doechii hate is pretty much on brand. The reason why we see the OVO community saying the things that they're saying about Kendrick's music, about Doechii's music, is because they're racist. They have self-hatred, they have black hatred, and it's pretty much on brand. If you look at the world, there's this famous Andre 3000 picture. When Andre 3000 and Big Boy, they came in the last time they did the Outkast reunion, Andre 3000 wore a black suit with white letterings on it that had a bunch of different politically charged sayings. And one of my favorite ones that he had was, across cultures, darker people suffer most. Why? I love that because if you start peeling back the layers to society, to the world, most original cultures are dark skinned and they always are treated at the end of any system, right? The caste system, slavery system. Darker people are usually always the one that have to suffer the most. So it's pretty much on brand. When you think about a person like Vybz Kartel, if you think about a country like Jamaica who has a bleaching issue where Vybz Kartel had to come out this past month and say
a lot of convo obviously was made when you was bleaching and yes, you know, all of this. Now that's not your thing anymore.
No. Fully melanated.
I love my melanated skin. I would never bleach again. People need to stop it. There is a problem in this world. We have to just admit to it. The reason why this stuff is happening in America is because we never figured out the racism, the inequality that has been the foundation of the world.
Message.
And I love this Andre 3000 picture because it makes so much sense to me. It's a question. Why? So this hatred for dark skin and this hatred for blackness is all over the world. It's not just an American issue, but you see it very prevalent in America because a lot of the media, if you look at a lot of the movies, a lot of the messaging is we're in dark times and darkness is bad and we don't go over there, son. You know, it's very prevalent that dark is a problem and dark is scary. And even the algorithms in America are racist. Right now, we're seeing an administration that is doing a lot of racist Republican talking points. We're seeing Elon Musk on Twitter promoting and speaking on a lot of racist talking points. We got Meta, which promote lighter or fairer skinned content creators more. Then you got the Snapchat skin filters that lighten up your filters.
In hindsight, I think it definitely had to do with self-love. But looking back, I think it was just, as a black man, sometimes you have those issues. You know what I mean? So yeah, I would never bleach again.
Right? It's very prevalent. America and the world has an issue with darkness, and Doechii, they're taking their hatred out on her because she's queer, she's smart, she's a black woman, and black women, dark-skinned black women, are the representation of everything that America hates. Why? Because they're the most educated, they're the ones that freed the slaves, and they're the ones on the front lines when any injustices happen. And that's for anybody. When a brother gets shot, they're on the front line standing up. When something happens to a woman, they're on the front line standing up. So you really got to look at how much hate the black woman receives because the black woman creates the black man. So Doechii is receiving that hate because we're in a very anti-intellectual time period in the world, specifically in America, with all of the racism that we're seeing. Everything in America is linked to racism. Redlining, credit score, the bar exam. I even found out recently that my seasonal allergies are linked to racism because they did not plant any female trees because female trees bear fruit, and you can't have any poor black people getting fruit and they look bad and they want their neighborhoods to look uniform. So when you look at America, everything is linked to racism. And the fact that the algorithms are racist and the algorithms are promoting this, all these different algorithms promoting this. You got the Aiden Rosses and dirty motherfucker. You got your DJ Academics calling a sister a B word, dirty motherfucker. And they get off on this because the algorithm promotes that. Everybody jumps online and starts talking about them. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I'm not here to police what people talking about, but if you don't want to give something attention, you should maybe not put it on your platform. platform, make a thumbnail, and give this person attention. Because at the end of the day, they're going to feed their family off of the attention that we're bringing them through the AdSense revenues and things like that. I don't even care nothing about Aiden Ross. He can't say nothing about hip hop and me. I don't care nothing he say. Same thing with academics. I don't care about these people. So I don't really promote these people, but they know what the algorithms are doing. The algorithm is very much in the anti-intellectual movement. Facebook, Meta, they all were at the inauguration proud. So when you really start peeling back the layers to this hatred, man, the dark hate is crazy. The slave music thing, like that was Drake's stupidest mistake. One of his biggest mistakes during the battle, rapping like he's trying to get the slaves free.
What did you say?
When Drake is in a slave contract. Kendrick is trying to get equity and bring awareness to the issues and the trauma that happens in the black community. Drake talks about you rapping like you're trying to get the slaves free. And bro, you in a terrible slave-like contract. You can't not go on tour. Can Drake not drop? So when you really look at it, you know, that rhetoric is there. There's a hatred for the black man. There's a hatred for the black woman in our story and how proud we are and how bold we are, how we're the ones that got away. We're the people that show you what America really is, because America tried to rebrand itself in the 1800s. That's why they let in a bunch of poor Europeans that weren't attached to slavery. After the Civil War ended, America's rebrand was bringing the Statue of Liberty. Oh no, take back that dark-skinned looking version. Take back that dark woman with the chains on her version. Give us a different version. The creator of the Statue of Liberty said, I am not giving this to y'all unless y'all got chains on this person. So they put the chains on the feet, which you don't really see. It's supposed to be the ending of slavery. America rebrand. We don't want to talk about slavery no more. Let's bring in Europeans. Racism didn't end in slavery. It got worse. It got worse. It went undercover. The worst thing we could have did was take away white only signs, because now we don't know who's spitting in our food. Yeah, she was yelling at them folks. She was being a diva at the Met Gala. Trust me, Mariah Carey, Ellen DeGeneres, you name them, no matter who they are. If they in America, if they in the public eye and they got some money and they're a celebrity, they more than likely a diva. Drake is a diva. Kanye was a diva. Jay-Z's a diva. Beyonce's. They're going to look at any opportunity to attack Doechii because racism. Point blank period. Slave music is the most disrespectful thing I've ever heard in my life. And it just goes to show you how far we have come, but how far we have to go. And what I've noticed myself is that a lot of the racism is within the young people that are my age, people that are their 20s to their 30s to early 40s, right? A lot of them people's in them 50s and 60s, they seen segregation. They seen people that was attached to slavery, right? You talk to somebody 70, 80 years old, a lot of those older people, they don't understand why the country is going backwards. You get what I'm saying? And that's where I'm at in society. I feel as though we're going backwards, that we're regressing. No matter how much technology we have, we still haven't figured out here. We still haven't figured out this. We still have hatred in here. We still have issues in here that we figure out. So no matter the amount of technology we get, it's only going to make us worse than what they are. You know, they say about rich people, no matter how rich they are, if you a lame, you a lame. No matter how rich you get, if you a lame, you a lame. And that's how I feel about the world and America specifically. No matter how many advances we make in technology, we haven't advanced our hearts and we haven't advanced our minds to where we're going backwards. We're regressing. So I hope this can maybe get y'all to understand a little bit what's going on. But racism exists. They've been trying to deny it for forever. They keep trying to move the goalposts. Conservative right-wing values have changed so much. It's not about the land and your neighbor anymore. It's about hatred. It's about following a cult. And Doechii and Kendrick, they're going to continue to get hate. Everything they do is going to be scrutinized, because at the end of the day, it ain't about the music. Anti-intellectualism in America right now is extremely prevalent. So be careful where you put your time. Be careful who you speak to, because hatred is hate, and hate is very ignorant. Hate is very anti-intellectual. To hate somebody for the simple fact of they think differently than you, they have a different sexual preference than you, is crazy. And I see it prevalent everywhere. I see it in gaming. If the gaming industry make a black protagonist woman right now, they're gonna go off. Like, gaming is so funny to me. I done played a fucking dragon. There was no problem. But as soon as you put a black dude in Japan, oh, there were no black people in Japan, right? There's a big issue right now amongst everything. Even with this shoe right here. This is the Black History Month Rodeo SBs. This was delayed and pushed back. Some say it was because the family that it was made after. This was made after black rodeo, black cowboy Bill Pickett. I don't think his family actually, this is an official release, but I felt as though Nike didn't want to stand on business when it comes to Black History Month and everything, because there's this whole you go woke, you go broke thing. You know, they experienced that when they promoted Colin Kaepernick. When Colin Kaepernick did his silent protest and stood on the knee, he's un-American, he shouldn't have a job, but you got people storming the Capitol. That's so when you really look at America, right? These people, Drake fans, them moving the goalposts is very similar to racist, Republican, conservative people who move the goalposts anytime to do racism. Nike should have stood on business. This is one of my favorite shoes right now. The Bill Pickett rodeo, Nike SB Dunks promoting and talking about Black Cowboy. It's an amazing shoe, but you see it everywhere to where there were skaters like, I'm a white guy, can I wear this shoe? There's always this underlining issue of race. People try not to make it about race, but black people can never say I'm black and I'm proud. There's always your history is American history. Oh, no, right? Asian culture, Hispanic culture, anybody can have their culture, but when it comes to black people, black Americans, there's an issue. It's very much the Aunt Viv situation. If you ask me, Aunt Viv was changed from the dark-skinned, strong black sister she was to a more lenient character. They wrote her down. They wrote her, dumbed her down, right? And the woman representation on the show was never the same. And that's what Hollywood does. You very rarely see dark-skinned women being the lead. You very, very rarely see that. That's why when I saw Sinners and they made a bigger black woman the lead love interest was amazing to me. But you very rarely see that in this country, in this world, because there is an issue with racism. Dark is hated globally. Doechii still gonna keep winning. She killed that Egypt freestyle. I love Doechii. I want to see her, Glorilla. I want to see her win. And that slave music shit, man. They hate that the black woman freed the slave, bro. Hopefully that can get y'all closer to what the issue is. It's racism. Like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell so you can be notified whenever I release a video. If you want to donate to this channel right here, anything is appreciated. The best way to support this channel is to become a member of this channel so you can get exclusive content like this first, and you get a bunch of other perks. The link is in the description, and you can hit the join button if that option is available to you. Read My Soul is out.